All right. Hello, everybody. This is Catherine Barnes, and I am here with my new friend, Gabriela Sosa, who has a show she is bringing to San Diego Fringe this year called Love in the Time of Taksim. Look at that. She's on it with her postcard. This looks like a very interesting show. We've got climate justice, we've got humor, we've got Al Gore. I have to know more. So, Gabriela, tell us about your show.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And I love that introduction. I'm glad that it has piqued your interest. My show came about when I went to the Hollywood Fringe Festival at Chris Game, my director's show, a year before I did mine. And I thought, oh man, I would love to do a show, but I don't have any material. And then my friend said, but wait, you wrote a book about that time that you stalked Al Gore in Turkey. Why don't you turn that into a one-woman show? And I was like, duh. And so that's how it happened.
Wow, I was not prepared for that answer. So let's back up the truck. So you stalked Al Gore, you went to Turkey, and you wrote a book about it. So what's this book called, and where can people get it?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have a big reveal. I just got a shipment of books, which I am going to distribute at all the local bookstores in San Diego this weekend. And you can also purchase it at the San Diego Fringe.
Oh my God. I love how prepared you are. You came to an interview ready to do an unboxing. Now, if that's not a Fringe performance right there, I don't know what is.
It's almost like when they had the Harry Potter, reveals at midnight. Oh. It's almost as good.
Almost as good.
Ta-da!
Oh my goodness.
At the time, isn't this cool? Look how she designed that.
Wow.
So the colors form the title of the book on the opposite page.
That's outstanding. I love it. I love it. So first of all, what is Taksim? Can you tell us about that?
Yes. There's two definitions of Taksim. And all my belly dancer friends thought that this show was about belly dance. Because in the belly dancer world, Taksim is like a slow melody that a lot of dancers improvise to. And so they're like, oh, a belly dance show. And I said, yes, but not really. There is some belly dance in it, but very little. Taksim or Taksim is like the Balboa Park or the Central Park or Griffith Park of Istanbul, Turkey. And almost a decade ago, it was the site of major protests that started with a few tree huggers trying to prevent the razing of this urban forest to put in a shopping mall. But when all the Greenpeace activists were beat up, the general population came out to support them. And then this movement spread throughout all of Turkey. And one of the climate reality presenters that I attended this meeting with just emailed me 2 or 3 days ago that 17 of the protesters a decade ago just got 18 to life for protesting.
Oh my God.
18 to life. So this topic is still relevant, unfortunately, today.
So you managed to avoid being arrested, I take it.
Yes, but I doubt I will get a visa to go to Turkey anytime soon.
That's a bummer.
I know, I wanted to go to Troy. Dang it.
Oh, bummer. How did you get interested in climate justice?
Well, you will learn about that in the play, but let's just summarize it by saying that I grew up in Panama, and due to unforeseen and unexpected events, we had to flee, not by any fault of our own, but also because of political situations. Yeah. And of all the colleges I had applied to in the US, the one that, really stole my heart was UC Santa Cruz. And and I had never seen a hippie before. Like, it was total culture shock. Like, I thought the environment was like going to the beach, like I had no I had never been in a tent, nothing. So going to Santa Cruz and my parents forbidding me from studying acting and surfing, I changed it to politics and environmental studies. And back in the, well, I don't want to date myself, but way back then, I learned about a thing called global warming. And so at that time, Mr. Al Gore was running with Mr. Clinton. And I got his book and developed a big crush on Mr. Gore, former vice president, and should have been president, Al Gore. And so when I found out that unfortunately he was getting a divorce and he was holding a training in Turkey, I thought, this is my opportunity.
So I wonder how you'll react if I tell you that my family actually has a connection to Al Gore.
No.
So my great grandparents, my grandmother's parents, their farm was right next door to Al Gore Sr.'s farm in Middle Tennessee. So they were like neighbors. And then when Clinton won the election and there was the inauguration, my great grandparents got invited to the inauguration, and it happened actually both times that they were in office. So, you know,
So you need to invite him to the Fringe. I'll comp him.
Okay, all right. I'll see what I can do to milk this connection between my great grandparents and Al Gore's father. Because I think he should come see your show too. I think that would be.
Too.
I think that'd be pretty excellent. So it sounds like you got the idea to turn this book into a solo show through going to Hollywood Fringe. What has the process been like of working on your solo show and adapting that book into a dramatic work?
You know, writing the book, because, okay, I'm a big fan of Hemingway, and I'm not comparing myself to Hemingway, but, you know, Hemingway he covered a lot of wars, and a lot of his thematic is heightened because of, it's situational. It's heightened situationally, if that's a word. And that's why I thought, okay, this is a good project to bring to the stage and or film. And writing it wrote itself. I wrote the book in 3 weeks. And a friend of mine who's a public defender, Michelle Rydell, I have to give her kudos. She edited it. And I'm very thankful, because even though I'm bilingual, sometimes I make mistakes, particularly in punctuation and things like that. So she fixed that. Transforming it into a play was really helped by the great director that I had. Because when it started out, it was like a boring book reading, you know? And I have to say that Chris Game, he's a casting director in LA, but he also is an actor. He appeared in One Night in Miami recently. And he really fine-tuned the jokes. A lot of them are to his credit. You know, I have to give credit where credit's due. So it was the process of working with him and just whittling it down to where it was something engaging, fun, and of course within the Fringe format, which is under 60 minutes.
Have you performed this at any other Fringe festivals?
I did Hollywood, and then I was invited to Europe to some eco festivals. So I did it there, and then I did it in San Francisco do you remember in 2018 there was a climate march in San Francisco?
No, but now I know that there was one. Yeah.
So it performed there, and then, you know, like we know, everybody kind of got stuck at home for a couple of years. So this is the big, you know, return of Love in the Time of Taksim after COVID.
I love it. Is it Taksim or is it Taksim? Because I don't want to say it wrong.
Well, Americans say Taksim. Taksim is like the proper way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I said it the proper way, like without even knowing. I'm very, yay, okay. What is an eco festival?
An eco festival are basically festivals that surround themselves around topics of climate change. So they'll either have, it depends on the level of guests. For example, I did one where everybody was a climate scientist and then there was me. And so then they saw my show and everybody was like blushing and like, oh.
That kind of show, huh?
Yeah. But their wives or spouses all said that the climate scientists really liked it afterwards. So I've performed to different types of audiences. My favorite audience thus far was a group of stripper and pole dancers. They were the most fun.
Whoa, wait. So how did you go from performing for climate scientists to performing for strippers and pole dancers?
Well, I just invited a bunch of them and they came.
You just like went into the strip club and you're like, hey, everybody, come see my show. Like,
yeah, they care about the climate. Come on.
Okay.
Don't judge.
No, I think that's awesome. Like, I mean, I would think they would be a great audience because like they're performers. So like they know what it is to support a performance. And it sounds like your show's kind of, it sounds like it might be interesting to them.
Poll.
No poll. Okay.
Sorry.
No. It's okay. Okay. So I like that you have opinions about like what kind of audiences you like. What's one of the biggest challenges that you've had in just, performing your show, creating your show?
Well, when I took it on tour, I bought a blow up screen because as you'll see, it's multimedia, it's interactive, and I project a bunch of stuff because I want people to see, what actually went on. And so I had this blow up screen and here I am like traveling through Europe with this I have a projector, a blow up screen, and the blow up screen has a little like generator and blah, blah, blah. So like a lot of the metro stations in Europe don't have elevators yet.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, here I am jet lagged, hauling all this stuff like up the stairs and more stairs, more and more, So that was one challenge. The other challenge was at one festival, I set up the screen and it was going to be at the beach. Like it was, oh, cool, the beach. Oh, I didn't mention this. A beach at a nudist colony. So
okay. Wait. Back up the truck. So strippers and pole dancers, and now a nudist colony.
So. Dude. You know how they say, like, if you're nervous on stage, just imagine your audience being naked. Well, my audience was naked for real.
Whoa, what was that like? Did it help?
It's very distracting. It doesn't help. Do not envision that. It doesn't help.
Okay. This is just great because we've all gotten that advice and it's such like cliche advice. So it's so wonderful that now we know definitively it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. Don't use it. No.
How are they as an audience compared to the strippers and the pole dancers?
I think that that's not a very good audience because most people are concerned of like what's going on next to them or behind, like taking people out. Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. I will admit I've been to Black's Beach. Okay, let's be honest about that. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about that here, but I also went to Hollover Beach in Miami, which is like the other big nudist beach. And like I kind of thought there were two kinds of people. There were the checking out kinds of people, but then there were the people who it's just like normal for them because they do it all the time, so they're kind of over it. But it sounds like you had the other kinds.
I had both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Wow. So on the beach. So this leads me to my next question. Are you bringing a projector to San Diego Fringe?
No, they're gonna project on the wall behind me.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was saying I set up the blow up screen at the beach. Well, I didn't count on the wind.
Oh my God.
The screen was like, it was not a good thing.
Wow. And they're all still naked, even though it's windy. Yeah. Wow. These people are dedicated.
They are dedicated.
Okay. That's super cool. So are you in the Marie Hitchcock Puppet Theater? Is that where folks can find you?
I am.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And what are you most looking forward to about San Diego Fringe?
The thing I'm most looking forward to about the San Diego Fringe is one, being able to perform the show again, because as you know, as performers, writers, everything, it just is sad when your material's still in the drawer, you know, you want to share it with people. And since I moved to San Diego, I've done a lot of dancing and some acting, but this is the first time that I've been able to share my actual work, you know, what I've written, what I've produced. So I'm excited to share that with my newfound friends here. There's such a great artistic community in San Diego. I think the community really supports the arts. It's so fabulous. And the other thing I'm looking forward to is that an HBO Max comedy agent is in the audience and gives me a touring contract and a book deal.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm also looking forward to that aspect of San Diego Fringe.
So invite them.
I'll just pick up my phone here and call my booking HBO Max friends that I have. But first I have to call Al Gore because that's the priority, okay? What advice would you give to someone who wants to do a solo show and is afraid to get started?
Write it, perform it to a few friends, and see what they think. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. And then take it to a director you trust and show it to them, because a lot of the times, if you have the right director, you can really tweak things to where it's something that people want to watch.
Yeah, and it sounds like you found the right director.
I did.
That's awesome. That's
Thanks,
outstanding.
Chris. Game.
That's great. Okay, cool. So can you let people know your show dates and where they can find you online?
Hey, everybody. So here's a little visual cue, and it'll also remind me. June 2nd is opening night. Please come opening night. We need a big audience there at 9 p.m. and there's a party, an opening night party afterwards. Woo! Where you'll be able to meet both of us. You can buy a book. I can autograph it. Then we have June 4th. That's a Saturday. 2:30. June 5th, Sunday, 4 p.m. And the following weekend, 7:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. So these are all the ways to find me on social media. And please tag Got Gore, LITTOT, that stands for Love in the Time of Taksim, and SD Fringe 22.
Got Gore. Oh my goodness.
That was Chris's idea.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I love it. Okay. Well, I think that is what I had for you tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Love in the Time of Taksim at San Diego Fringe. And I'd like everybody to I'd like to invite everyone to also come see my show. Yes, no, maybe so. I'll put the information about that down below, but this is going to be a really good Fringe this year, I think. So
yeah, for sure.
Thanks for being my first interview.
Alone.
Right. No, exactly.
One last thing I want to add, because a lot of people don't believe that, you know, in my marketing material, I put, you know, come see Emmy Award winning artist Gabriela Sosa. And, you know, perhaps some people think that's hyperbole or I'm making it up, but I'm not.
Whoa! Look at that. Oh my God, look at that flex. Wow, I'm embarrassed I forgot to ask you about that. So like, tell us about that statue that you just like.
I do reps with it every day.
Yeah, for real, I would too. Seriously, I'd put it on my car or something, like drive around.
Instead of the Mercedes thing, the Emmy thing.
Oh, in my case, it's a Toyota thing, but I would definitely put the Emmy thing right there for sure.
Well, this happened because of an Oscar-nominated film called Which Way Home? And I unfortunately knew that we were going to lose because we were up against, not Blackwater. What was the movie about the Tahiti dolphins?
Oh.
You know, the one where they massacre them. Anyways, I knew that they were going to win, but we won an Emmy in field production, which was my category.
That's awesome. I love it. Very, very cool. Okay, well, you can't miss Gabriela Sosa's show because she is an Emmy Award winner, as she just proved to us and proved to us again here on Zoom. Love in the Time of Taksim. Don't miss it. If you're a stripper or a pole dancer, please come out to support. If you're a nudist, please don't be distracting. Put some clothes on. And if you're Al Gore, then you just better show up so that you can talk to me about my great grandparents and also hook up with Gabriela. Thank you so much for this interview, and I'll see you at Fringe.
See you. Thank you.